Yes, so the concept that we're going to study today is known as array of objects. Okay, so that's what I have written. Now, what you will see is that the program will go very similar to what we have done. Rather than we will be able to see some little bit changes actually into the main. That's it. Okay, so uh, let us start with the code. Okay, by this we will have a good revision of what we have done also till now. Okay, so let us start. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'll first say hash just a second. Okay, I'll first say hash include iostream iostream using namespace std. Okay, now we're going to make a student class, so it's class student, and with a semicolon. First section is the private section to store the data. The second section is the public section to store the functions. There is two data, roll number, which is a character array, and in public there are two functions, get to data and display stud data. Okay, this is something you are going to create. That is the first thing. Then you decide whether you want to have your functions inside or outside. Okay, so we probably make it inside only, so I have to write the code for it. So it's simple. I'll say cout enter name colon, sorry, go like enter number, cin rmo cout slash n cout enter name cin sn. Okay, then you want to make your display function, so it will go like this. Cout, we can write student is, and then it student roll number is, it will be rno cout student name is, and then it will be s. Okay, so this is what we have done till now. Okay, then we start with our main. Okay, so write int main, and then it turns out to be return 0. Okay. Now what we used to do is we used to define objects of student. Okay, so if then I have to make the student, I have to write the class name, that is student. Let us check, because it is case sensitive. Now student is small over here, so I have to make s small over here also. Please take care. Okay, okay, we are going correct. Yeah, so we'll write again student. Okay, I'll write the name of the object, that is s1. Then we know what we have to do. We say s1 dot gets to data, s1 dot displays to data. Okay, so this is what we already know, but still we run right now and just look how it goes. Okay, it asking us roll number, so I enter 1. Then it is asking us name, so we say A. Okay, so it displays. I think there is no need of slash n over here. Okay, so you can just see and you can understand, and I think we have to put a slash n over here. Okay, let us run again. 1 A. Yes. Okay, so this is absolutely working fine. This is what we know. Now if I have to make one more student, okay, what I'm going to do is I'll put a comma, I'll say s2, and then uh, I'll just give a slash n, so that because now I'm taking all the things for second student, and then I'll say s2 dot gets to data, and s2 dot displays to data. Okay, let us run. 1 A, 2 B. Okay, perfectly, it is working fine. Okay, so yeah, for 2 objects, 3 objects, it is absolutely fine. But what if, okay, there will be not 2 3 students in a class, there will be hundreds of students. So then what we are going to do, are we going to keep on adding objects like s1 s2 s3 s4 s5 s6 s7 s8 till hundreds, or what? So this is the same idea. Okay, see, uh, when you learned about array, okay, what is an array? Basically, we can say it is a collection of a similar data type. Why the need of an array was that? So just let's say I want to store 10 numbers. So the easiest way to store 10 numbers, is I would write int n1, then n2, then n3, then n4, and so on till n10. Okay, but what if I have to make 100 numbers? Then I have to write like n1, n2, n3, and maybe I have to declare 100 variables, okay, which is going to be like very difficult and to remember, and to have a time consumption on it. Okay, it will be very difficult. It will be very difficult. So in that case, okay, what we understood is that we can actually basically go up making an array. Just a second. Yes. So what we can do is we can go for making up an array. Okay. So then it becomes simple like this 100. Okay. So there is, and then to refer every single number, you can write n0, then n1, and then maybe n2, uh, and so on. So likewise. Okay. So that is the idea we learned array. Now the same concept applies over here. Okay, see, everything is same. It's just now, rather than we can say primitive data types, we are now actually making use of we are actually making use of now a class that is the user defined data type and so on. Okay, so there is no change as such. So if I have to make an integer array like this, okay, then how I will make an array of object. Okay, so then I have to write my class name. So in our case, my class name is student. Okay, and then I have to write, okay, any we can say variable name by which I'm going to refer. So now I will not use s1 s2 s3 s4. Instead I will just make s, and then in bracket we have to decide कि basically हमें कितने कितने नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स चाहिए. ओके, हाउ मेनी नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स इज दैट वी वांट. सो मैंने लिख दिया लेट्स से 10. Okay, so by this, okay, s of 10, and then it will be done. So 10 students, okay, we can have all the 10 students will have gets to data, displays to data. So this is how basically it will go. Now how to make it, how to access, okay, that we will see in the code. But the idea behind making, so this, when you write like this, okay, this is known as array of objects. Okay, so this is known as array because it is an array and array of objects. Okay, so This is what the concept of is. So now what I'm going to do is in these code, okay, हमें क्या change करना है. I'll remove these lines. And let us take 5 students, or even if you have to take 10 students, it is fine. But then you have to give input and output for all of them. So given 5 as of now. Okay. In that case, you have to keep roll number and name for all the 5 students. Okay. Now definitely the easiest way to access all of them is to make use of a loop. So I'll say for I is equals to 0. Okay, I is not defined. So what you can do is you can define I. Int I is equals to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. And then what you're going to say is S of 0. So S of 0 will be the first student. Sorry, we'll not write 0. We'll write I. S of I dot get to data. S of I dot display to data. Okay, and then maybe you can give out slash n. Okay. Okay. So yes, you can write s of I dot get stored data and s of I dot display stored data and slash n. Now what will happen? Okay, so this is the loop. We'll start with 0. Okay, so the value of I for the first time will be 0. Okay, so value of I for the first time will be 0. So we will have the input and output for student for s of 0. So s of 0 will be, we can say, our first student. Okay, we will take the input, we will display the output, then I will become 1. So now we will have input and output for s of 1, which is nothing but our second student. Then I will become 2. So you will have input for s of 2, which is our third student. Then I will become 3. So have input and output for, we can say, the fourth student. Then I will become 4. So you have input and output for the fifth student. And when I will become 5, okay, we'll get out of the loop, okay, because when it is an array and you have made an array of 5 elements, it goes like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so in a very simple way, okay, and see, you have to write get student display student calling also once, because you have put I over here. Else just imagine if you'll not use array, अगर array use नहीं करते और 5 students को 5 objects को इधर declare करते, s1 का get to display to call करो, s2 का, and so on. So it will, the management of the code will become very difficult. So this is definitely going to be an advantage when we make use of array of objects. Okay, so let us see, okay, how the code runs and executes. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the code now. So what we have seen, the above part of the code is similar, very same to what we have done. Okay, let's just execute now. So first student, okay, let us give name, fine. Second student, third student, fourth student, fifth student. That's it. Okay, so this is how basically it will look like. So okay, just okay, fine. So this is the idea of array of objects. As of now we have made 5 objects, but definitely okay, you can make 5, 10, any number, okay, whichever number or whichever total objects you want. Okay, if you want to have the same thing for 100 students, you have to make it as s of 100, and then it can go on like this. Okay, so this is the concept of array of objects. Yes, what I was telling you, that the all the part, okay, this till this part everything is same. What only change we saw is we declared now an array over here instead of declaring individual objects, and then we have a loop. Okay, and वहाँ पे हमने सिर्फ ऑब्जेक्ट्स मतलब गेट्स टू डेटा और डिस्प्लेस टू डेटा ऑब्जेक्ट के नेम से ही कॉल किया है, लेकिन अभी वो ऑब्जेक्ट जो है वो एज एन एरे ट्रीट हो रहा है, इसलिए हमने एस ऑफ आई ऐसे लिखा है. सो आई जस्ट शो यू कि आई का वैल्यू कैसे चेंज होता रहेगा, एंड देन you will have all these things over there. Okay, so let me just this code and put it for you so that I can give you afterwards. So this is what we can call it as array of objects. Okay, it is very simple and logical to understand.